everyone. This is the Two Raccoons in a Trench Coat podcast. I am some guy with a hat.
And I am some guy with a microphone.
And today, we are doing something a little bit different from our usual setup. We are currently both looking at each other in the face in the studio in person. Would you like to explain why we are both in person today?
I would love to. So today we have a very special treat for you. It's going to be a major editing nightmare for some guy with a hat. And that is, we have gotten both Hat and myself here with two very special guests that you've never even met before. And we are going to be watching the Saw film collection.
That's correct. Neither of us have met either of our guests. And we're going to be, as you said, marathoning the Saw films. We'll pop in after each one to talk a little bit about them, give our thoughts. It's definitely not going to be as structured as our usual episodes are. If you would consider those structured in the first place, we attempt to, but you know, I'm a blonde.
It's all scripted anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. We're back to it being pre-recorded. So, before we watch any, I know you're a big fan of this franchise.
I am. I have a particular love for the Saw movies. I saw them too early in my childhood, and it did some kind of damage to me irreparably, but because of that, I have a soft spot for them. I'm curious, have you seen any of the Saw films?
I have not. I know the general gist of how they go, and I have heard that it gets pretty soap opera-y.
Oh, it so much does.
So I'm really looking forward to that aspect, because I hear they jump through time a bit and do flashbacks, so I'm a big Lost guy, so I enjoy how they work through that, and if it works, if it doesn't work, all that stuff.
Wonderful. As an added note, we will be bringing in our two special guests as we go throughout the movie saga. Neither of them have seen the Saw movies either. I'm the only one here who has seen all of these films, and let me tell you, listeners, if you have not yet gone and seen these films, go get them. They are very cheap. You get the Blu-ray collection for, I think, less than $30 right now, and it's a wonderful thing to have. Show it to your friends, your children, your children's friends. Everybody and anybody who will sit and watch these movies with you, sit and watch these movies. Without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and get started on the very first Saw film. I am incredibly excited. I hope you all are too, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Before we log off, I want to get some... How are you thinking each of us are going to respond to these films? Just quickly, first impressions of us as people.
So as for you, some guy with a hat, you're gonna laugh at them.
Okay.
There are some of the killing is incredibly comedic, and it's designed to be that way because the movie would be a little too harsh if it weren't. Some people are just pure on stupid, which is fantastic. I do think special guest number one, I think she's gonna have a lot of questions, and I think special guest number two is going to mostly just ask also questions, but also not care as much, but probably laugh alongside you, because I think you two have a very similar sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what I've gathered. I mean, I've never met anyone before in my life ever, so...
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, okay.
So we're making complete guesses right now.
Yeah.
All right, anything else before we start watching this beautiful movie marathon?
No, I think I'm all set. I'm ready. All right, we will see you back here once we finish the first film. For you, it might be just a couple second break, or we'll leave this recording running so they can wait with us in real time.
You just hear laughing and screaming from the other room outside the studio.
All right, we'll be back.
All right, take care.
All right, we are back. I have to say, up front, probably the most disturbing lumberjack documentary I've ever seen. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't it. Actually, I do know what I was expecting. Not a lot of trees in this one, I have to say. I don't think I saw any.
This is a bit. I know it's a bit. But I don't know how to yes and you.
That's fair. I have that effect on most people.
So, alright, I've never seen a Saw film before this. Some guy with a hat. Give me your honest, brutal review.
Look, if you look at it critically, a lot of things you could probably pick at. But just as a movie, I loved it. You know, there are lots of things. So we were watching this as a friend group, and we were
Yes.
laughing, pointing stuff out. It was a great time. One thing that I wholeheartedly loved about it, there is a sequence towards the 2/3 mark where one of the characters is walking through a dark apartment, and he's a photographer. The lights are out, and he's using his camera flash
Mm-hmm.
he takes a picture, the screen lights up with light for a few frames. They freeze frame it for 3, maybe 4 frames. Um, Shows him the light, shows the audience light, and then it goes black in. I thought that was genius. I loved that part. The acting in it, it's low budget film for this first one. You could definitely tell it was Lee Whannell's first time acting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it adds to the charm of.
So when watching this, my first thought upon rewatching the series is So Saw, as you know, has several films.
I think there are 10 films.
I think there's 10 in total. I don't think they expected to get more than 1 or maybe 2 movies out of it, as well as the way as it's written. Because this in itself could be a fully contained movie that does not need any sequels to be a story.
Right. I brought up the fact that I was aware that they jumped time a little bit and do a ton of flashbacks. I was not expecting them to get started right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are lots of. I think after the first sequence in the opening is set up, it immediately starts jumping times.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that part too, because it's on the outside, it's a very like, oh yeah, it's a simple story about 2 people locked in a bathroom. But it is such an engaging story that regardless of the performances or the dialogue in and of itself, you're thinking the whole way through. It's very engaging, and I was very surprised by that. Another thing that surprised me, a couple Lost alums in here. Technically, this came out before Lost, so prelums.
So.
Prelims. We've got Miles and Michael Emerson, who played Ben. Very surprised to see both of them. Welcome additions to the film, I thought.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the twist at the end?
So, I have 2 thoughts on the ending. One a bit more negative. I felt like Lee Whannell probably should have deserved to get let out of the bathroom. Like, he was there. He didn't have a goal of having to kill another person. He was just there.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I know about Jigsaw as a character, he's trying to teach people to be more appreciation of life.
To value their lives, as he isn't going to have much more of it.
Right. So I don't know why Lee Whannell's character was forced to be there. I don't know why he forced Ben to kidnap Gordon's wife and child, other than he needed someone to help him out. So there's a bit of flaws there. Maybe it'll be explained in sequels. But I thought he should have been allowed to live. However, the final few shots, so iconic. I love the final shot. Just the dark silhouette of him with the green lighting in the background. Game over. Slamming the door. It's great. I loved it.
Pure cinema.
Yes.
But all right. Thank you for your interview take. We'll be right back with our first guest of this saga here. Thank you, and stay tuned.
All right, we have procured our first victim, and that is, we didn't go over what you want to be called. I'm going to call you Miss Microphone.
That's fine. That feels accurate.
All right.
Some girl with a mic.
That's pretty accurate. You actually do have a stream handle that you use.
Yeah, but I don't stream very often.
That's fair, not anymore. Not since we got... Well, you streamed after we got together.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay. Anyway, so, Miss Microphone. give us your initial thoughts on Saw 1, the cinematic masterpiece that defined a generation.
I love cheesy 90s movies.
When did Saw
I
1
love
come
cheesy
out?
horror movies, and I what?
No, sorry, Mr. Microphone asked, when did Saw come out? And I was trying to signal, I thought it was '01.
What year was it?
Or you talking about your? I'll look this up.
He's
Well,
going to interrupt you.
It's
in a minute.
very 90s coded, and it's
Yes.
very cheesy, and I love looking at movies and being like, oh, I remember when that was a thing, like cops just like, well, what do you mean, who said anything about a warrant? Oh man. Remember when they could do that?
Yeah, very 90s coded '04 movie.
Oh my god, that was 04?
It was 04. The first one was 2004.
Oh my god.
It was that low budget that it felt like
It felt like
like a late 90s movie.
Yeah.
So while we've got you here, Miss Saw, we're gonna play everyone's favorite game.
Is it trivia
Guess that score. So we have two
Oh.
scores here. We have the Rotten Tomatoes score and the IMDb score.
Oh,
now,
God.
both you and Mr. Hat here will be going head to head on this one. So
not foot to foot.
not foot to foot. No, I'm wearing
time? Yeah,
socks.
keep your feet away from me, please.
It was a joke about the movie. My God. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because he cuts his foot off.
Oh,
Spoiler
right.
alert.
Yeah, spoiler
for
for
this
a
movie that came
20-year-old
out,
movie.
21-year-old film. All right, so on Rotten Tomatoes, we're gonna do this with Price is Right rules, close without going over wins.
Okay.
You'll get to go first, and then he'll get to go first the next time.
Okay.
So, Miss Microphone, on the Rotten Tomatoes, what score did Saw 1 earn?
Rotten Tomatoes is the consumer, right? Not the critics.
So it's got. Let me go take a look at the actual page for it to see. We'll give it. Do we want to do? We'll guess. Do we want to guess critic score or popcorn score? Popcorn is the general audience, or critic score.
I think it had an 82 for popcorn score.
82 for popcorn. Okay. We'll go with popcorn score. That one's more
Yeah.
accurate.
Okay.
And then Mr.
Closest without going over. You said 82. I'll go 81.
81.
Just to game the system. But if I was making an actual guess, I'd
Yeah.
probably say 79.
79. Okay, so either way, with both of those guesses, Miss Microphone, you are the winner.
What is it?
84% popcorn
Well,
score.
because I remember like hearing that it was like such like a big, like, turning point
Mhm.
in cinema, and then I remember everyone like. I don't remember from back then, but I remember hearing like, "Oh, it was great, it was great, it's great." Like, I've not heard one negative thing until I just saw it today, where that I made fun of it
Yeah.
during the performance.
By contrast, the tomato meter for the critics was only 50%.
That's
That
how it
makes
usually is,
sense.
though, right?
Yeah.
Like they're usually reverse.
Yeah, it's either one's high and one's low, and
Yeah.
it's pretty drastic. I think it's very rare where the two
They're
actually.
pretty even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to the IMDb, Mr. Hat, you will get to go first. So the way IMDb scores is from 1 to 10 with points in the middle. So like 1.3, 5.9, so on and so forth. Mr. Hat, what do you think IMDb scored Saw 1?
I'm gonna go with a 7.3.
7.3. What a wonderful guess. And what about you, Miss Microphone? IMDb score. Close without going over is the winner.
Is IMDb critics?
They're independent.
Okay. I'm gonna do 6.1.
6.1. And Mr. Hat takes it on this one with a score of 7.6
Oh.
Okay.
on IMDb.
So now is Miss Microphone gonna get locked in a room for the rest of eternity since you were putting on this game and we are also
I have
fighting for our
already
lives
put
here.
down the deposit on the wedding venue, so I can't.
Correct.
well.
I'm already out that money, and I am... Yeah.
Should I change all my branding on like Twitch and Instagram and TikTok to Mrs. Microphone?
I don't think it's taken. You could probably do that if you wanted. We should get into streaming again soon.
We should.
Speaking of streaming, the Two Raccoons in the Trenchcoat podcast will be streaming at some point in the future. Probably games. We actually have... I'd love to stream... I'd love to stream Repo with everybody.
That'd be fun.
That would be a hilarious time. I mean,
Lots of waivers we need to sign
Yeah.
for everyone.
we might not be able to do that one live. It might be too complicated to do live.
Oh, for sure.
But we could definitely do a YouTube compilation of that one. That would be great. Just the hot mics alone would be fantastic.
Just us yelling at each other with the cut to the camera of someone hiding under a table very near where someone just died.
And we all know who's the one of our friends that always hides under the table. So.
Well, yeah, because it's always me dying. And then maybe one or two friends that I know. That
Our
are
Canadian
like
correspondent
right there.
giving our Canadian
You want to try that one over?
our coordinate
Nope.
Coordinate?
our Canadian correspondent. I remember the first one we played. He opened the door. You came around the corner, and I got you shot. Microphone.
Yeah, it got me shot.
I think the last time we played, I was talking to one of our theme park correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
I was holding this big item, like, hey, you're going to have to direct me. I cannot see below me. And she's like, okay. And I immediately clip a corner and fall down a pit.
It was so good.
I heard her she's like, oh, God, are you kidding me? And I texted her, I'm like, hey, you know how I said I couldn't see, right? So.
What a wonderful game. All right. We'll definitely get some video of that and we'll post that. We could stream some games. I'm not sure what we would stream, but we'll find something to stream.
I think our first one's going to be Battlefront 2, I'm hoping.
Battlefront 2, the classic.
Classic Battlefront 2.
I do like Battlefront 2. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming in for the Saw 1 interview.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back shortly with another interview, possibly if we can corral that person in here.
I wouldn't get your hopes up.
I would
Chad.
not get your hopes up.
This just in, chat. If their other guest doesn't come in to do an interview,
we're jumping right into Saw 2.
Oh,
Two
good.
Saw 2 Blade.
2 Saw 2 feet. Thank you and stick around.
All right. Surprisingly, we are back. This is not the Saw 2 segment. We are here with our reluctant correspondent. To anyone in the audience who is maybe in 3rd grade, don't worry. Peer pressure does in fact work.
Remember, the DARE program has failed. That's why they canceled it. We're here with our reluctant correspondent talking about Saw 1. Correspondent, give us your initial thoughts on the movie Saw 1.
It was interesting, that's for sure. Definitely was kind of expecting it to be more gory than just kind of blah.
I think we'll get there. I have a feeling that's something they're going to ramp up in the sequels.
It's a definite possible maybe. So, going into this blind, what were you expecting versus what you got?
I don't know. I was expecting it to be better than it was. It was...
Oh, ouch.
I don't know. It was like a lot of the pre-Jigsaw scenes were just kind of not that great. They were just very like fast-paced all over the place, not really going into detail about anything. So I was kind of expecting there to be a little more of a backstory in it, but there wasn't.
That's fair. We're going to play a fun little game we like to call Guess That Rating, or Guess That Score, whatever we call it. So we have 2 scores to go through. We have Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Now, for Rotten Tomatoes, we are doing the audience score. And for IMDb, they're independent. They just have their score. The way the game will work is you will play... Well, actually, you can't play against the...
Damn it, I thought that's what you were setting up. I thought you were going to be like, all right, we're going to do a completely new round. And I'm like, maybe it's this. Correct.
Damn, he's good.
Setting me up here.
On the Rotten Tomatoes score, we're going just for the popcorns, the audience score. It's from 0% being the worst, 100% being the best. What do you think the audience scored Saw 1?
I'm going to say, off of what I've seen, like 50%.
50%? You would be dead on if you're going for the critic score. The audience score gave it an 84%. A very, very high mark.
You know, that's what I would have said had I been able to play this game.
Right.
Had I been allowed in my fair trial. So IMDb, the independent film critics there, they do a score from 1 to 10 with point in between. What do you think IMDb scored Saw 1, a 2004 horror film?
6.5.
Close. 7.6, actually. You did a very good job. Not quite as good as some guy with a hat was able to do. He got it pretty much dead on, and as well did Miss Microphone with the popcorn score.
Yep.
So, fantastic. Are you looking forward to Saw 2?
Yes, I'm hoping that it will be better than the first one.
What In what terms do you would make Saw 2 better than Saw 1?
If it was more enjoyable than the first one.
If it were gooder.
If it were gooder, please thanks. I don't know. I love horror movies, so I love the gore aspect of things. So I'm looking into seeing more gore and not boring backstory.
Yeah, there really wasn't a ton of gore in this first one, so I guess our repo correspondent would have been able to watch it no problem, I think, for the most part. Going forwards, that might not be the case.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That our repo correspondent, great name for her, by the way.
I just came up with it. Thank you.
On the top of your head, may actually be able to watch the first one. So maybe we'll punish somebody with that sometime. Anywho, any final thoughts for our listeners on Saw 1?
No, I got nothing.
All right. As the only film director here, some guy with a hat, how do you think they could improve from Saw 1 to Saw 2?
From a directing standpoint, definitely some of the performances it felt like, they got one take and went with it. This is very obviously a low budget film. So I think it turned out okay, but if you're really looking to critique it, I don't think this is the film where, the creative minds behind it works, like, wanting you to. It's not that kind of a film. But if you were looking to make it an incritiquable film, definitely work with the actors a little bit more. I think overall, I could see the very fast-paced cuts and the edit to be something a lot of people might find an issue with. But that is part of this film's identity. If they're looking to make it more mainstream, they're probably going to cut back on it. But if they want to double down and say, hey, no, this is what you're here to watch, I can see them sticking with it. So that's just my predictions on whether they go one way or another. But really, honestly, I don't think I would change anything except maybe get another couple takes from the actors in this one. Because it's this film's identity, and it was a fun watch.
It was indeed a very fun watch. I can't find... let's take a look at how well did they do at the box office?
I think it got, I'm going to guess, at least quintupled their budget.
Okay. So let's see. The movie Saw 2004 grossed 104,045,000. Wait.
Can you read numbers? I mean...
104, 045, 735.
104 million.
Yes, okay.
We'll go with 104 million.
104 million on a budget...
He only works in banking, everyone.
On a budget of 1.2 million.
Okay, yeah, no, it 100 times their return. Which is a lot more than 5. If you have any question about that, you can reach out to me on that.
Domestically, it made $56 million.
Okay, so over half.
Yeah.
Which is surprising that the overseas market was that high for it. But
all right, fantastic. Let's wrap that up here. Thank you for joining us, and we'll come back with Saw 2, everybody. Thank you, and stick around.
All right, some guy with a hat back here with the creaky chair.
Look, my studio has creaky chairs, but at least they're comfortable.
Yeah. We just finished watching Saw 2.
Boy, did we.
The second Saw. Yeah.
Saw 2 again.
Kind of what it felt like, definitely towards the end, for sure. I guess we should have said probably spoilers for this. As we get further along, I don't feel the need to keep any...
Anyone who doesn't know what the Saw movies are about or thinks there's any spoilers anywhere is crazy.
People die, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. They're Saws.
This one felt a lot more self-contained. There definitely wasn't as much jumping around until the end, which, there, coincidentally enough, there was a ton of jumping around. The audience doesn't know that until the end. I thought it worked. I thought it was fine. It's different enough from the first one to where it feels like not necessarily fresh, but it's not a stale experience yet.
I agree. In my personal love for the franchise, Saw 2 is definitely the... Saw 1 got them their, like, mark. Like, hey, people liked this, let's make more. But I think what they felt was that their audience was too stupid to put the pieces of the jigsaw together.
They kind of did this at the end of the first one. I didn't think it was notable enough to bring it up.
Correct. The first one, it was very subtle.
And I also feel like it was warranted because there was, to be fair, a lot of jumping around at the first one.
Yes. The one had a lot of setup. They required flashbacks because they didn't want to tell the origin of Jigsaw because it wasn't nearly as fascinating as what his current day stuff was.
Right. For clarity, at the end of this film, Saw 2, there is about a minute-long segment where it literally does flashes and recuts of what we've already seen in this same movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it goes through all of the main points, all the key dialogue, and it's like, this just happened like an hour ago. Like, are we that dumb?
It's very much...
Previously on Lost, but in the same episode you just watched.
Yeah, it's very much a listen. We know our audience is not... The key demographic for Saw movies generally have IQ about the level of or below that of your common fence post.
Okay.
I'm saying that as a lover of these films. I am in that group. But at the end of Saw 2, they're like, hey, do you get what's going on? And if you don't, they're like, listen, here's a quick montage of everything you missed along the way. Now do you get it?
It felt so out of place on the same level of, at the end of the first Captain America movie, the post-credit sequence was literally just a trailer for the Avengers. It felt really weird, and I didn't like it then. I got similar vibes to this one. Yeah. I mean, it still fits within the movie, but you can obviously tell, like, it was meant to... Even the filmmakers are like, hey, look, we know you're not all here for the plot, so let's wrap it up for everyone, just so there aren't any complaints at any reviews. Safe bet, probably.
You know what would have been a really good idea? What's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? We gotta go deeper. Inception. Inception could have used that.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm just the film guy.
It is a film.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad film. I do think it is a film that people argue about what really happened.
Oh yeah, for
in
sure.
the movie and like, oh, what the ending means. Me personally, I just went because Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, and I loved him in Romeo and Juliet. So
Christopher Nolan's done a couple of those. I think Tenet was also another mind. Yeah.
Tenet's good. I like Tenet.
I would want to see it because of Robert Pattinson. He was great in the Batman. And that's the only thing he's done of note.
That's it. It's all of it.
Yep. Great first time playing a bat, I have to say.
And also a man.
Yes. Yeah, there's a bit more gore in this one. I mean, our repo correspondent, close your ears. Like, you see a bit of a guy's brain at one point stuck to a baseball bat. That's about it.
Yeah, there's blood.
Yeah.
But there's always blood. Like they said that famous line in the movie, "There will be blood."
That definitely felt like a trailer line. Like, it felt like it was only in there so they could put something cool in the trailers.
Yes. The last, like, 10 minutes of the film, with the whole flashback that we were talking about, the last felt like it was the trailer. It felt like the trailer of the movie was just the flashback. Because if you were sitting on your couch in 2005, and it was Nickelodeon, it went to Nick at Night, and now they can put adult cartoons and
Nickelodeon Nicktoons. We're watching Saw 2 today, right after Drake and Josh.
It looked like it would be like, you remember Saw? I want to play a game, and it would just have this montage.
Yeah.
Because this part of the cinema I like about it is if you detach yourself completely from watching Saw 2, you've only seen Saw 1, and you saw this line of flashes of, it wouldn't make any sense. But it'd be a really good, like, oh, there's going to be violence and blood and someone in a pig mask.
Yeah, it's a good elevator pitch.
It's great. And then they were like, hold on. what if we made it part of the movie? And they were like, well, it was a trailer. Yeah, we already got it.
As a filmmaker, I kind of feel that. Like, you make a cut, and it's like, oh, this is really good. But it's not going to be present for the main experience everyone's going to see, and you want people to see this. But there comes a time, like, as a creative, you have to, like, let go of that.
Mm-hmm. You know what they should have done, in my personal experience?
Yes.
So, end credit scenes?
Yeah.
This is an end credit scene. If you're too dumb and you're not putting it together, here you go. So the credits, and then you just get this as your post-credit scene.
That works even worse.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's worse, but somehow better. What do you think of the twist? Because all Saw movies end with a twist. That's what I like about them.
So this one had a couple. I think the first main twist is that...
Spoiler alerts for the ending of Saw 2.
The plot had already happened.
Yes.
The trap plot had already happened. And that the MacGuffin, the child, was in a safe place the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Quite literally, a safe
Yes.
place.
The second twist is that Amanda is the new henchman instead of Ben from Lost. I'm fine with both of them. I think they're both interesting twists.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the choice to have the trap plot have already happened, and that's how they jump through time a bit in this, is a much more concise film for the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope they get back to a bit more of the time jumpy stuff, but this one was a very self-contained film, as I mentioned, and it, as we're marathoning this, I think it helps to diversify the structure a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But storyline wise, with Amanda being the new bad guy, I'm interested to see where it goes, because it was definitely choreographed that she knew a little bit more of what was going on for this. Also, one of my main, not gripes, but just curiosities.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy who looked through the keyhole, and he was the first to go in the trap plot.
Mm-hmm.
What if he had a tape message? Like, are they just out of luck on that?
There
part?
are holes. There are all the Saw movies, all the Saw movies do have holes in them, and that's one of them because like all of them had
Hole of needles. God, that was probably the worst.
So Pit of Crows. That's for somebody else who watches the podcast. The Pit of Crows is a whole bit.
Pit of Crows bit.
Pit of Crows. San Diego. Pit of Crows. Everybody kind of had like a room. So, and here's my thing. And again, this is one of the movies
of all time that it like, oh, you were going through a horrible thing, and it's like they didn't do anything. They're like, they were drug dealers. They were this. I mean, they were all guilty. They got framed, obviously, but that's why they're here. But also, they're just so stupid. Like, oh, your one hand is stuck? Maybe you don't do the exact same thing with your other hand. My God.
Or the one guy when he crawls into the furnace, and it's like, oh, there's one for you and one extra, but it will come at a price. And then he goes, it's attached differently to a longer, heavier chain. Instead of undoing it from the chain, he just yanks the whole thing down. Yeah. Also, the twist. Yeah, like, he saw the twist thing, to where there was still plenty of time for him to turn off. Yeah, he might get burned a little bit, but not. But you can turn off the gas. Yeah. No, like, these traps were set up for people far stupider than a regular person. Now, the theory that has yet to be answered in this saga. So, remember when there's that initial safe in the beginning, and everyone has a number on the back of their neck. In your personal belief, do you think there was enough antidotes in that safe for all of them? Yeah, we never opened that safe. While we were watching it, I thought the recorder said that there's an antidote in there. I took that as being one, and then others were throughout the house. Now, the other thing, under the rainbow, or the rainbow will show you the order, that didn't get answered over the rainbow. Well, I don't think. Each of their numbers was a different color of the rainbow. Ah, okay. There was yellow, orange, green, blue. Yeah, I remember the green. And if you're wondering why that part matters, you do Roy G. Biv and the number color associates with what number to put into the combination to open the safe.
Yeah, I'm not a regular Saw viewer. I picked up on that part.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I am a regular Saw viewer, and my first couple times, because I've seen this movie a couple times through, because I own the whole Blu-ray collection.
You do. I can attest to that. I saw the case.
We are there. I was like, well, what is any of that? And because again, that part's not in the flashback. They don't do the numbers in the flashback, or like they don't tell you the rainbow and then show you the colors and stuff like that. Isn't explained to you. It has to be spelled out for people.
So
like me
you
to get.
relied on the flashback pretty heavily then.
Listen. All right, we'll be right back with our first guest for Saw 2. Any final thoughts before we get our first guest?
There is one thing I had a thought of, but I'm sure it'll come up. So
We have two more people to get through before.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll think of it. All right, thank you, and stay tuned.
And we're back with a secret guest. We're not going to tell you who it is. You have to guess.
That's right, Miss Microphone.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome. What are your initial thoughts for Saw 2? Saw again.
The second one.
I've seen it. It was fine. It was not as good as it was both better and worse than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the twists came out of I didn't expect like the time jump thing like I did in the first one. The first one was very clear cut with the flashbacks, and this one made it feel more like it was all happening at the same time. But I did not like the characters in this one more.
Okay.
They all just kind of were like, let's just think about all the stereotypical bad guys we think are in jail, and let's put them in a movie and make them all fight against each other and make them very uncooperative, except for one person thinks they should work together and no one's going to listen to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think a lot more of them would have worked together had the one guy not been such of a leading factor to...
On a rampage the whole time.
Just a complete antagonist.
Yeah, if he had not killed anyone and instead go, hey... we have numbers on the back of our necks for the combination. Mm-hmm. Let's all turn around and try to figure this out.
Well, that's part of what lends itself to my... I remember the other thing I was going to bring up. To my thought of there only being one thing in the safe, one antidote. Because he wants to keep it for himself.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, because you brought up your theory. Would you mind explaining that part?
So I'm going to do my theory with a question to our guest.
Okay.
So... the theory posed is this. So you know the first safe in the beginning. Yeah. Do you think there is one antidote or enough antidotes for everyone in that safe? What do you think is in there?
Because I know he said there's enough in the house for all of you. Mm-hmm. But I really cannot remember if he said there are antidotes in the safe or there's an antidote in the safe. I think there would have been enough. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I think there's 1, 2, 3 that we know of were in the house. Mm-hmm. 4 that we know that we saw in the house. Or at least we're told it's behind this door. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he put enough in the safe, but knew they wouldn't get to it because they would have...
They don't cooperate.
They don't cooperate well. Especially when they found out the kid and who his dad was.
Now, in the original note, you know, the combinations in the back of your minds follow the rainbow. Yeah. What does the follow the rainbow part mean?
No, there's no antidote in the safe. It's Lucky Charms.
It's Lucky Charms.
In there.
Well, if they would have noticed that they're different colors, like the one girl had a bright blue 11 or whatever it was on her neck.
I thought the 11 was the green on the incinerator guy.
Could be.
Yeah.
Listen,
well,
it wasn't in the trailer wrap up.
It wasn't in the wrap up.
What the girl with the short hair who was I don't know. You don't need to know why I went to jail. Okay. We just never get to find out then. That hole just never, loop never gets closed.
There are lots of things that were just left open.
Yeah. Like the guy who just was I went to business school for 3 years. What? Okay, what did he do? Embezzlement?
Die?
What? Clearly they all have to do with drugs because of the detective's, field. But, I would like to know what the other ones did. I do think it's funny, though, when the one girl, Amanda, they were like, what'd you go to jail for? And she went, possession? Duh! I was a druggie. What are you talking about?
I shot a man in Reno.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it feels like a lot of stuff happens in these films for convenience. Because
Yeah.
if just one thing was different, it would have derailed the entire story.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, if they had all, if the cop's kid wasn't involved and they all figured out, oh, we all got put away by this one guy, that would have like ruined the whole thing. Because like, what was the point of him like being timed and trying to get that? Like, he would have left him in there.
Yeah, for as many holes as this plot has, it is fun to watch this as a group.
Yes.
And like we all are pointing out like that body's way too decomposed for it just to be 2 minutes later.
Yeah. Or like, oh, okay, idiot, don't put your hand in there. You'd rather get stuck.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe collaborate. Like, we all were on the same page, just looking at each other like, okay.
Are we ready to play everyone's favorite game?
Oh God, yeah.
Guess that score.
Uh-huh.
Am
All
I
right.
gonna be allowed to play now, or
You are allowed to play this one.
Okay.
You can't play next time. You can't play with our reluctant correspondent.
Fine. Well, then I will exit the room. Then.
Okay, you want to exit and you can do it against our other. Yeah, go outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Go outside.
Leave.
I'll come get you when it's time to bring you back in.
Get out.
Try not to fall on your stuff.
All right, yeah, it's a little cluttered in here. A lot of technical equipment, a lot of wires.
Oh, gives.
Okay, Miss Microphone.
Okay. I'm sweating in here. It's hot.
It's not that hot.
It's so hot in here.
Okay. She's got long hair.
I shaved half of my head.
So, for the scores for Saw 2 released in 2005, with a 1 hour 33 minute runtime,
That was
90 minutes.
That was only 90 minutes of my life.
They get shorter.
That was a long 90 minutes. That was the longest 90 minutes of my life.
So Rotten Tomato has 2 scores, one for the critics and one for the audience. What do you think the critics scored Saw 2 again?
43.
43%. Okay, they answered with 38.
Ooh, that was close.
Pretty close. And what do you think the audience scored Saw 2?
75.
Ooh, 59.
Really?
It did not do super
really?
great.
That's
Now,
crazy.
IMDb, which is the independent one, what do you think they scored at 1 through 10?
6.4.
6.6. Very, very close.
Ooh, that film did not. Like, it was good as like a standalone.
Mhm.
I don't think it was good as a Saw.
Right, it's a good horror / mystery.
It's a good thriller, but I don't know if it was a good Saw sequel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel incredibly Saw. There are parts of it that do.
Yeah, like where they end in the same room as the.
Yes, indeed, exactly. I'm gonna go grab the other host.
Okay.
You are permitted to re-enter the studio.
Oh, am I?
You are. Welcome to the studio. I should get like a cool therapy chair when I do recordings. Like just like lay back and tell you about my problems.
Where do you think there's room for that in this room?
Oh,
Well, you could probably fit a couch right in front of the doorway.
yeah.
In front of our closet.
I'll put it in the closet.
Yeah.
Recording closet.
Recording closet.
Studio closet. All right. Well, our special guest did pretty good on the scores.
That's surprising.
And any final thoughts, second guest, about Saw 2 Another?
Generally good movie. Like I said, don't know if it was a great Saw sequel, but generally a good thriller.
Oh, that's an interesting. I didn't try and think of it outside of the context of.
Because,
the
like you
genre.
said, it's very self-contained.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
No,
if
I have to
I
agree.
if
I
I
have to
didn't
agree.
know who John Kramer was in the first movie, I think I would have got it. Like he's a guy who's just like I want people to appreciate life.
Well, technically, you don't meet him in the first movie. Like
Oh, that's
his name is only
true.
said by Ben in like his name's John.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think if I hadn't seen the first one and I had only seen this one, I would have understood every context. The end where it's like they end up in this room where someone's already there and there's like
Yeah.
a foot on the ground would have been a little confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, oh, he's done this before.
Context clues is this is
Yeah.
a serial killer.
Yeah.
Which actually, maybe watching the second one and then the first one would be a bit more eerie, because then you're like, oh, what happened here?
Yeah.
And then you
Mhm.
get the backstory.
Maybe it should be framed as like a prequel.
But no, I think Donnie Wahlberg's gonna be fine. You know, he's got enough food in there. There's like what 3 bodies at this point.
Yeah.
In the foot.
Donnie Wahlberg.
That's
Foot.
yeah. It's who plays the detective.
I know.
Okay.
Not 2.5 men. 3 bodies and a foot. I didn't think you'd laugh that hard at that.
That might be the episode title. I'm going to be honest. I was always thinking it's going to be, do you want to play a game or I'd like to play a game.
Game
now,
over.
3 Men and a Foot might be.
I also love that at the end we're like, don't fucking do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Game over. Bonk.
That kind of didn't seem as deserved
It didn't
as if
seem-
it would be like at the end of like the 4th or 5th movie.
Yeah, like the first one, it felt like, oh, game over. Like, oh, they lost. This one, it was like, clearly they're trying to pass the torch.
Right.
Like, this is a little gimmicky at this point.
Yeah. So maybe jump the saw on that bit. But
Was there a saw in this one?
yeah, you see the saw in the room.
Oh, yeah.
And he uses it to cut the guy's neck.
Oh.
That's how you die from a neck wound. ladies
Yeah,
and
the
gentlemen.
first
Oh, yeah.
one, that's not how you die from it.
Oh, he didn't
Can we
die.
talk
Yeah.
about the Saw 1 hidden blade?
Oh yeah,
That was
Assassin's Creed saw.
yeah.
Crazy.
It's just over there instead of under. It just pshing ha. I want one.
Oh, would you even talk about how he switched guns?
Oh, we didn't bring that
Oh
up.
my god!
You
There was
didn't-
so much wrong with Saw
Yes.
1 that we had so many
We
things.
didn't even
You know what
talk about.
we should do a bonus episode just ripping the Saw movies apart.
All
That's
the plot
what we're
holes.
doing right now.
All the plot holes in your Patreon.
Subscribe to our $1.99 a month Patreon to get all the
the
deep dive Saw lore.
All of our lore conspiracy theories and
Yeah, to touch back on Saw 1, I guess, real quick. This interview's going a bit long. There's a part where they go into the warehouse where Jigsaw is, and one of the cops has a shotgun. It's a short-barreled shotgun. When he first goes in, they go up the stairs. Now it's a long barrel, and he goes to another cutscene. It's another short-barreled shotgun again, and he keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
like they could not decide what they wanted to do.
And also, I thought Miles was holding it left-handed at the first shot, and then everything else he was right-handed. So maybe I just.
You might be right about that.
You might be.
Knowing that I might be left about that.
Oh my
And this segment's over.
Cut the
well,
record. Cut. Cut.
We'll be right back.
You never know it, but we're back.
Thank you for continuing to join us on this same episode, which has taken us several hours to record in these pieces. Say hello to our very special guest, the reluctant correspondent. Say hello.
Hello.
Oh, if looks could kill, I'd have been dead 20 years ago.
Ah, the sweet release of death. Speaking of death, Saw 2. Correspondent, what are your initial thoughts on Saw 2?
I think it was a good sequel to the first movie.
Mhm.
A little more gore, still not a whole lot, but it was good. I liked it.
Wonderful. How do you think it it compares to Saw 1 in a direct comparison? What's better? What's worse?
I think the gore was better. Characters were still kind of iffy.
Mhm.
The way that the movie's edited, super weird. I think it's worse than the first one a little bit.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. The ending theme, though, to die for.
I would
Right.
agree. I mean, quite literally, people do die to that, so.
Quite literally. All right, so as you may have gathered, our some guy with a hat stepped out so that he'd be able to fight you head to head and guess that score.
Great.
Actually, that's a lie. They requested special fiance time during the podcast setting, and I'm like, hey, it's your studio. I'm not going to argue with you.
So
So
is my studio. All right, so we're gonna do it. Rotten Tomato, and then we'll do IMDb. We'll do critic score and crowd score. Who would like to go first? Who wants to give the first answer?
I'm being pointed at.
All right. So, on Rotten Tomatoes for Saw 2, released in 2005 with a runtime of 1 hour and 33 minutes, it's
Jesus.
only a 90-minute film. The Saw movies are the first movie's long, the ones are progressively shorter.
Which is what it feels like it needs to be.
Yes. So, what do you think the critic score got?
Critic score. I'm going to say... Well, the first one was 50. I'm going to go 45.
45
for
on
this
critic
one.
score. Okay, it's
Critic.
close without going over. What do you think the critics scored this Saw 2, released in 2005?
I'm saying 37.
37. Well, our special guest gets it with close up going on. 38 was the critic score.
Wow,
Very
pretty
close on that
close.
one. This time we'll let you go first. You'll get a chance to steal for it.
Right.
Now, what do you think the box office regular Joe score was?
63.
63, okay. And?
I would have said 65,
Mhm.
but
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm not going to game the system. I'll stick with 65.
65. You both went over.
Mm.
59 was all the audience gave it.
Pretty close.
59. That's an empty popcorn bucket is what that is. Now, some guy with a hat. IMDb score goes 1 through 10 with points in between. Close without going over.
5.5.
5.5, okay. And correspondent.
6.4.
Ooh, correspondent 6.6.
Nice.
For those of you at home, Miss Microphone said 6.5.
Okay.
She was the closest so far. Everybody gave Rotten Tomatoes too much credit for the score. They're like 60, yeah, 60, 38. Fantastic on that. Now, what are you hoping to see out of Saw 3? Now, remind you that Saw 2 is I believe, the lowest rated in the franchise, and Saw 3 is rated as the highest in the franchise. What are you, correspondent, looking to get out of Saw 3?
I just hope the editing's better.
It's better editing?
Yeah.
That's
A little more gore.
A little more gore, a little better editing?
Yeah.
What about you, some guy with the hat? What do you want out of Saw 3? Saw again.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing a table saw with 3 individual saws on it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the detectives goes, "Oh, it's Saw 3 in time," and I think that's why it got such a great score. And coincidentally, that's why Morbius was absolutely clowned on, because this had been set up 10, 20 years beforehand. And at this point, it's just rehashing old, pretty good jokes. But, you can't win them all, Sony.
Not all of them. Well, with that, any final thoughts for us, correspondent, on Saw 2?
No, not really. Like Saw 2 more than Saw 1. We'll see about Saw 3.
Did you like it more because it was more contained with its story?
I think, yeah, I liked the storyline of it a lot more. The first one was kind of just all over the place. Second one kind of had more of like an actual plot to it, and it got to the story at the end, even though there's the weird rehash, but
Yeah.
I digress.
Speaking of, so quick sidebar, we asked this to the other special guests, so we'll ask you as well. So, in your personal opinion, so the safe in the beginning, they say, hey, there's an antidote in the safe. Do you think there was one antidote in that safe, or do you think there's enough antidotes for everyone in that safe?
I think there was one, because
only
then
one.
they said that there was enough in the house for everybody. So I feel like since there were the other scenes that actually had the antidotes, I feel like the safe would have had at least one, probably not enough for everybody, but maybe like 2 or 3, possibly.
That kind of makes more sense too, with, if he wanted everyone to work together to figure stuff out, it would make sense if there's only enough for everyone to have one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Split party on this opinion, but let us know in the comments, or you can email us at tworaccoonspodcast@gmail.com. I'm not even going to finish.
gmail.com.
Yep, I can't say it right. I don't deserve to say the bit.
tworaccoonspodcast@gmail.com. That's 2 C's, 2 O's.
And no spaces. Thank you for the assist.
You're so welcome. Now, for the final bit of trivia for you.
Oh, no more.
Yeah. So, in the original note from Jigsaw, it says, "Follow the rainbow." What is that in reference to?
Lucky Charms.
Is it, I don't know, the colors of the numbers on the back of their necks?
That is correct.
Even though they weren't in rainbow order, they didn't have a proper rainbow. They were not proper colors, but okay.
They had blue, they had yellow,
But
they had orange.
They were wrong.
Well,
They
that's
didn't
one
look right.
person that doesn't need the trailer recap at the end of the film, that's for sure.
That's the litmus test. If you can figure out how to open the safe, you don't need the recap. If you can figure out how to open that safe with just the clues you were given in the movie, you're the next Jigsaw.
Well, we better watch our backs during this next film then.
See you guys after the movie number 3. Thank you.
Transition time. That is unironically pretty close to the end credit song of Saws 2 and 3. I kid you not. It's the most out of place thing. Anyway, I don't know when I'm going to plug this in, but enjoy the next bit. You lied to us.
Did
Said
I?
it was going to be progressively shorter. This one was progressively longer than the last one.
It was 10 minutes longer.
Yeah, well, I mean, it had decent pacing. I didn't feel like an almost 2-hour movie.
No, Saw 3 is, in the franchise, either the most beloved or the most behated. The most hated. My brain is fried. I just watched 3 Saw movies back to back to back. I am absolutely obliterated. So what are your initial thoughts on Saw 3?
Fine if you don't think about it too much. I think my biggest issue with it is there didn't seem to be that much of a purpose or a reason to have him choose to forgive any of the 3 people he came across, because it didn't amount to anything. The biggest thing was at the very end was if he truly forgave Jigsaw and let everyone live or not. But yeah, it felt like it was gonna be a lot more important. It's like, oh, you let 2 of the 3 die. Well, you needed the numbers on the back of their heads that are now exploded to get out of here.
Right.
But that did not happen.
How do you feel this compares to Saw 1 and Saw 2?
So it feels self-contained in the way that Saw 2 did, but it jumps around a little bit like Saw 1. Definitely not to the same extent. Saw 1 was, in comparison, all over the place with its jumping through time. This one not as much, but it still goes back to, well, we see the origins of the bathroom trap in Saw 1. I think a lot of that was just fan service. I don't think we needed to see both of them set it up, even though I guess we didn't know that Amanda was there at that time.
Right. We know that retroactively.
Yeah, which it would be... We should have been, like, keeping a whiteboard track of the timeline as these go on. You see, all right, here's what we have to change now. Slot in. But, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. So are you, as you know, today's movies is Saw 1, 2, and 3, because if you watch any more than 3 Saw movies in one sitting, you may have a brain hemorrhage, similar to Saw 3.
It's not his problem anymore, though.
Yeah, no. Also, very clean cut on a I Forgive You slice.
Yeah.
With a chainsaw on a pole, I would not have been as accurate.
To be accurate to that, it wasn't a chainsaw. It was a bone saw.
It was a buzzsaw.
Yeah, buzzsaw. That's more accurate.
Anywho. So, as we're wrapping up our trilogy, do you think this was a day well spent? Do you think other people should spend their time watching the Saw trilogy, the first 3 Saw movies?
Yeah, I mean, I probably got another 2 in me. We started at 1.
About 7 p.m.
it's
now.
7:01 now. That's everything, included the 3 movies and the breaks for the
for the content.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't seen them before, sure, go for it. Yeah, I mean, it's however you want to spend your own time. I'm not gonna say you have to watch them this way, but if you are gonna marathon them, I definitely think it's better with friends. If I had to do this personally on my own, I think I, saw myself at like the 2, like Saw 1.5, like.
There are definitely movies that I feel like, I think the first one was meant to be a good a psychoanalysis style thriller, and after that, they were like, these are just campy horror movies that we're just gonna throw together and people can watch their friends.
Well, it started the entire escape room craze. Like, it's lent itself not only to movies, but an actual physical entertainment avenue. So that's something to say for the movies.
That's a big mark to leave on society. Speaking of escape rooms, you enjoy escape rooms.
I do. I have done a couple.
We should do some Patreon content where I don't know if they let us record in them though. That's the only downside.
No, I think that would be like giving the answers away. We
Yeah.
can definitely probably. Hey, escape room owners, mute the podcast for a minute. We can sneak cameras in somehow.
We'll just do what we want.
Yeah, like we're men.
We're Americans. Look, we're white, middle class men. We can do whatever we want. Get away with it. It's fine.
We're giving out all the credentials here on the podcast today, I guess.
Yeah.
You want my address too? It's 4815 Oceanic Drive.
Mantona, Massachusetts.
You didn't even. Okay.
I have watched 3 Saw movies in a row. I have about as much brain function as the first guy trying to saw through the metal chains.
Well, that's good to hear. Bonus content for today's episode. I'm putting them all in a saw trap. See how it goes on the Patreon exclusive.
Is it a jigsaw or an Amanda trap? Because one of those is not a trap. It's just an execution with fancier wording.
Find out on Patreon.
We'll be right back with one of our guests. Stay tuned.
I mean, it certainly was a movie of all time.
If I had to take a list of every movie that's ever been made,
It'd be on there somewhere.
it would be on that list.
Yeah, I mean, you have to put it in.
Joining us now is our reluctant correspondent. Say hi.
Hi.
Wonderful. So, how did you feel about Saw 3? Saw.
It was okay. Think I like the second movie more, to be honest.
Okay. What made 2 better than 3 in your personal opinion?
Personal opinion, I liked 2 more because it had more of like a cohesive story.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, it was more gory, so I did like that, obviously. You know, I love my gore, but I don't know, it wasn't very cohesive, kind of. It was just kind of all over the place.
It's fair. What did you think of the twist ending in this one? The twist being something we saw. How fast did we clock? I'm sorry, I knew the twist. How fast did you clock the twist, Hat?
I think we pieced it together right after he picked up the picture of his daughter. Because there was a spot missing for the wife, and because they've done twists at the end of the other ones, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's probably what the missing piece is. So
why is she so important to the story before we get to the actual jigsaw part?
Yeah, which, I didn't really care about her character at all. It starts off with her cheating, so I'm glad her head got lented somewhere else.
It's very biblical.
Yes.
It's a good religion. If you have a religious grandma, take her to see Saw 3.
Yeah. You just take the whole congregation.
You know what? Make it a youth camp trip.
Well, there's an unclothed person. Maybe not the youths.
Well, it's... I don't know. I don't know. What does the Bible say about that? I don't know. I don't have to read it anymore. Anyway.
I don't have to read it.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
I don't think they have a dress code section.
Something about 2 fabrics.
I mean, they probably don't want kids seeing a bunch of nips, though.
They're only one set of nips is inappropriate, though. The other ones, by our standards, are fine.
That's true.
Yeah, he could have gotten his limbs ripped off at a beach. Would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's right. So, correspondent, how do you feel about the twist? And how fast did you clock it?
I would agree with Hat over here. I agree that after we saw the picture of the daughter, that's kind of when I pieced it together about her. I kind of didn't think about Amanda, though. About the little twist when it was actually like her game instead of the family's game. So that did kind of throw me off at the end. But I agree with the family side of things that we kind of pieced it together after the daughter.
I will have to say there are a lot of we's being thrown out. I was the only one who at first brought up the fact that the wife could have been the wife.
You said it out loud. The rest of us were thinking it in our heads.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Well, just like the Oklahoma Land Rush, the first person to say, mine, gets it. So, with that, I think it's time we play our favorite game.
All right, we're still doing this. Should I exit again and then...
Do you want to go head to head with Mrs. Microphone?
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I'll annoy your wife.
Bye-bye.
So, reluctant correspondent. Are you ready to play?
Oh, I guess.
So, The game is simple. We're going to go with the Rotten Tomato score first. There is a critic score and a fan score. It is Price is Right, so the closest outgoing over wins. So, Saw 3, released in 2006, with a runtime of 1 hour, 47 minutes. What did the critics give this on Rotten Tomatoes? What percentage?
I feel like the critics have been kind of low. I'm saying like 38 for funsies.
Pretty close, 29 on the critic score. Now, what do you think about the popcorn or fan score? What did it get?
I'm saying 71.
That is exactly correct.
Are you serious?
71% right there.
Heck yeah. Look, I got better from my first round.
All right, now IMDb, which is the independent. What did IMDb score Saw 3 Saw Cubed?
I'm saying 5.7.
Not too far off, 6.2.
Okay.
They definitely rated it a movie, that's for sure.
A movie.
Yes. Fantastic work. All right, let me go ahead and grab the other host, and we can wrap up this little segment. You may return to the studio. All right. So, our correspondent actually got the fan score 100% correct.
Oh, what was it? No? Okay, fine.
No.
Wow. Clock that one quickly. So, any final thoughts on the Saw 3 film for you, correspondent?
More gore.
More gore. So, are you looking forward to Saw 4?
Yes. Hopefully more gore.
Now, are you excited to see who the new Jigsaw will be?
Yes, I actually am excited.
Do you have any theories on who the new Jigsaw might be?
Heck no.
Okay.
I think it's that one weird police guy at the beginning of this one. Like they focus on him when other dialogue was going on, and he's just rummaging around the crime scene a bit too much. So
that could be. It could be a very good guess, or maybe it's a completely wrong guess. Maybe it's the daughter.
That's right. It's definitely
Maybe it's the daughter.
But all right, thank you, correspondent, for coming out and podcasting with us today. Is there anything you'd like to plug? Any, you have anybody sponsoring you need to shout out? Do you want to get a YouTube channel, Twitch stream, perhaps?
No, I'm pretty boring. I don't do any of that.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Our reluctant correspondent who has decided that not gonna drop your TikTok or anything like that either.
Absolutely not. People don't need to see that.
All right, well, if you don't want fame, you don't want fame. Thank you for joining and hanging out with the Two Raccoons and Trenchcoat podcast. We here are very happy to have you on, and we hope to see you again for Saw 4, 5, and 6 in the not-so-distant future.
I'll be reluctant.
Yep, we've got another guest here.
I'm back.
So, Mrs. Microphone, give us your...
Mrs.
Yeah, Miss Microphone.
We're not married yet.
I'm holding up my hand for those of you who can't see this.
So
everyone?
but us in this room.
Yeah. So, Ms. Microphone.
There you go.
Sorry, Mister.
Whoa, now. That's me. What were your initial thoughts on Saw 3?
It felt very disjointed until the end. It felt very much like two completely separate things going on until the end. And they wrapped it up. Because it felt like more like, oh, we're gonna focus on John being sick this whole time and him needing surgery, but also there's the regular crime happening and the trials.
Right. How did you feel about the whole, instead of hey, I want to play a game where it's very different in the sense of these people, their game is, hey, rely on this other person.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel very strongly one way or the other. I think it was an interesting take in a way, an interesting way to go. It just felt weird.
Well, he doesn't condone murder at all.
Right.
So,
he's not a murderer.
It wasn't murder.
He despises murderers.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel it stacks up against Saw 1 and 2?
I think I like 2 much better.
I think you like 2 better?
Yeah. I don't know if I like 3 more than 1, but I think 2 is still my favorite of the 3 so far.
Fair. Very fair. So I have a game we have to play.
Shocker.
It's game time.
It's game time. So, who's going first? Who wants to guess first?
Get it out of the
Andrew.
way.
All right. Some guy with a hat. We have the scores for Rotten Tomato and IMDb. So, on Rotten Tomato, what did the critics give Saw Cubed?
29.
Okay, all right. And Ms. Microphone. Close without going over for the critics' score of Rotten Tomatoes.
45.
45. Well, Mr. Hat, we're going to sit you on the...
Not Mrs.?
Mr. Hat,
Miss.
we're going to sit you on the piggy bank because you are right on the money.
Oh.
With 29% on the critics' score. Very impressive. Now, going the other route, Ms. Microphone.
Yes.
What was the critic score for Saw 3, released October 27th, 2006?
What did you say the other one was?
The critic score?
Yeah.
29.
53.
53. Okay, and Mr. Hat.
This is still critic score?
No, this is audience score.
Audience score for this one.
Mm-hmm. 53 was your answer?
Mm-hmm.
53 also came to my head. I'll go 54.
Mr. Some Guy with a Hat, you take it by technicality. 71
Oh.
was the critic score. Like I said, this is
Really?
either a loved or hated episode of the franchise.
Yeah.
Now, back to Ms. Microphone first. What was the IMDb score for Saw 3?
6.2.
6.2.
You're fucking kidding.
Were you gonna say 6.2?
I was gonna say 6.2.
And Some Guy with a Hat. What is the IMDb score? Remember, it's close without going over.
I'm gonna screw us all over. I'm gonna say 6.2.
That number's already been taken.
6-point dose.
They were gonna say 6.25.
Already been taken. Please try again.
Yeah, 6.3.
Well, I will say this was all erroneous because 6.2 is the answer.
No.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that from. Oh, that's already taken. Sorry, you can't guess that because I think if it wasn't either of us, you would have given us like.
Yeah, probably. So, fantastic work there. Those of you who are playing at home, put in the comments what you thought the scores were going to be. Were you right?
They were kind of all over the place
They were.
for the 3.
I hope the audience got it right. Don't cheat. Quit Googling.
Who are you looking at?
His microphone.
The
He is some guy with a mic.
The audience. Anyway, so, are you excited for Saw 4? Ms. Microphone.
If we're watching it on another day. I'm a little sawed out today, but I think if we were gonna watch, like if we were we'll do another session, and I'm excited to start with 4.
Mm-hmm.
Not excited to watch it today.
I feel like we're gonna hit a second wind
Yeah.
in a little bit. Like, oh yeah, we can do one more. That's my prediction.
Today,
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Okay, you've mentioned that multiple times.
That doesn't change from 1 to 3.
No, I've just gotten more sweaty
Wow.
and more in need of a hair tie.
Now, when it comes to Saw 4, who do you think the new Jigsaw will be?
Not Amanda. I think it will be the doctor from the first one, but I do think we will have a suspicion of Adam coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I think we share that suspicion that he's not really dead.
Yeah, I don't think Amanda did it good. Because Kramer said mistakes
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and then played Adam and
Wahlberg's.
Eric.
Yep.
But, like, they really heavily played on Eric. Of like, hey, you left him, you didn't lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam, they were like, you went back to try and kill him, but he like, kind of just broke his nose. It didn't really look, and she, like, let go. It didn't look like he really fully died.
Mm-hmm.
And in the second film, when they got to the Saw 1 room, the bag wasn't over his head.
Yeah.
So it was more than likely just a body double or
Yeah.
a prop.
something for John to keep the illusion for her.
Wait. Oh yeah, for her. Because I was
Yeah.
about to say which the other people haven't been in there at all, so they
No.
wouldn't know something different. But that's a good point.
I think it would be
her.
for Amanda to be like, all right, I completed this task now, but
Mm-hmm.
he said I had to clean up for you before, so.
Very...
I think we'll get hints of like whether it be like the photography stuff, because they made that a point to be like, I'm trying to catch you with the flash as my flashlight, and brought that back. I think we'll see more photography work and him more working in like the shadows and giving the information to people.
Well, we got 12 more films for them to flesh it out.
Yeah, I thought you said they're gonna get shorter.
Yeah,
I also
That
not
was a
done
lie,
it.
it's
right?
already a bit. It's
Yeah.
already a bit.
was
You're
a
late
lie?
to the bit. I thought they were shorter. What's wrong?
Maybe now they start getting shorter. Watch them get like to like 45 minutes.
Saw
Washington gets,
8
like-
is like a 10-minute film.
It's a YouTube.
It's either going to be 10 minutes or 2.5 hours.
It's a YouTube video.
Well, Saw 4 is an hour and 43 minutes, the exact same length as Saw 3.
You really lied to us.
Each of these has been the longest hour and a half of my life.
Maybe we don't get a second win today.
Yeah.
That might have been.
Like the first one, sure, felt like an appropriate time.
Yeah.
The second one felt like the longest hour and a half of my life. The third one, I really needed that recap to like go over a couple things in my head.
It's fair.
I really needed the like trailer recap.
It's fair.
There were a couple things that just didn't fall into place, but at the end, I was like, I'm the stupid watcher this time.
Maybe for the next one, we just watch we skip
Just
to
the
where
end?
the recap is.
And then go
Yeah.
back and watch
We're
it
going to
again.
piece it together as we go.
Yeah. That one we probably can leave the recording run. It's like, all right, we watched the entire film in 3 minutes.
I don't know why they put those in there. I'll have to Google that later.
But alrighty. Well, any final thoughts for us on Saw 3?
It was fine. Not as good as Saw 2. Saw 2 is still my favorite of the three.
It's fair.
I'm looking forward to see what happens, how more and less gory at the same time each movie gets. Because this movie was much more gory up front, and then not gory at all, and then very gory at the end.
That CGI leg.
That
Man,
really
that
annoyed me.
got me. Oh man, that
it
leg.
just looks so fake. Like,
Just the sound
scream.
got me. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a prediction and say I'm gonna like the fourth one the best. I have
Think
no
so?
idea what it's about.
You and most other people.
Okay.
So Saw 3 was the last one they put into theaters, theatrical release. Everything that went to DVDs.
Oh, really?
Were they
So
too much?
that was so one of the things that they came with is that some of them were too intense for theaters because an R rating only goes so far.
Right.
It only covers so much. And after Saw 3, as it got more graphic, more people kind of piled onto it. And so the official reasons to why it went to DVD was never really uncovered, though there were plans for 4 to go to box office. That was indefinitely planned, and then it got axed kind of at the last minute. So we're thinking that the Film Association was like, you can't put this in the theater.
That must be a recent change then that they've done recently because like Terrifier was in theaters and that was definitely not rated at all.
Yeah.
No. It also comes down to if a theater will run an unrated movie as well.
Oh, just by theater.
Yep.
Which that's weird because I remember seeing trailers for the last few ones they've put out. Have
Yeah.
those been to theaters?
I don't think so.
Like, I feel like I remember seeing a Saw 10, like, trailer or promo or something.
They might have gone to theaters, but I hadn't gone to see them in theaters, at least not.
I know for sure Jigsaw was in theaters.
Yes.
His origin one? Yeah.
Now we get...
And the Chris Rock one. If the two of them aren't the same ones, I don't know. But I know...
It might be.
I don't know. I'm
But-
excited.
We're excited. Thank you, Ms. Microphone, for joining us on the Two Raccoons and Trenchcoat podcast.
You're so welcome.
We love having you here in the studio,
Thank you.
and we are very excited to do more content in the future. Anything you want to plug? Do you stream? Do you have a YouTube? Do you have anything you want to put out there to get followers, to get likes?
Mostly on TikTok, because I am Gen Z, technically.
Do you want to drop your TikTok?
I'm everywhere either. I have 3 usernames. Emmy_the_vigilante, Emmy_vigilante, or I think on Epic Games I'm Emma_vigilante, because God forbid everything be the same and everyone have the same amount of characters allotted for their usernames.
Well, you can find that down in the description.
We'll link you the stuff in the descriptions. Don't worry. Don't worry.
We'll drop a pin of where our current address is.
Why does it say Manitoba? Anyway, thank you for hanging out with us. This will be the probable ending to this episode. If it's not, we have more content, we'll patch that in. However, I have been some guy with a microphone.
I've been some guy with a hat. Thank you all for joining us. If you liked... I'm going to go on for a bit. If you...
Just
Take your hand off the mouse. Take your hand
him
off the mouse.
reach the mouse. Like, he is done. He is ready to get this shit over with. And I'm like, hold on. I have another bit to do.
Like, I put my hand over the mouse to hit the stop recording button, and he goes, I'm going to go up for a bit. I'm just like, okay. Hey, go ahead and continue. I'm going to sit here and contemplate my life choices.
That's fine. If you've enjoyed this different style of episode, let us know. If not, also let us know. If you want us to put one of your friends in a saw trap, we can do that for you. Just drop us a comment either on YouTube or send an email, and we'll get right on it. Well, thank you again for listening. Hope you all have a great whenever it is you're listening to it, and we'll catch you next time. He's slowly and defeatedly putting his hand over the mouse. His head is down. He's done.
I want to go home.
You are home.
That's the problem.
All right,
Let's go
good
get dinner. I'm
episode.
hungry.
Okay.
All right. Let's go get dinner. Bye, everyone.